Okay, YouTube, how are we doing? Today, I just want to show you my nice checklist. My checklist as to what does it take for me to enter trade. So let's jump straight to it on my trading plan. So, for instance, we're saying let's check if there's any high impact news today. I know most of you are using your Forex Factory, and I use investing.com, the mobile app. But anyway, yeah. So what I first do, guys, I look into as to what impact news do we have today, and from there I go on a 4 hour. I check my supply and demand markup and determine the overall direction. Quickly, let's go to the chart. So now this is where we are now. As US30, we are on 4 hour. So US30 has shown us this type of movements. I mean, we have seen this happening. Yeah, we have seen this happening. Then change of structure, change of character. So yeah, quick one. I just wanna move this. So we have this. We had a nice bearish structure. Up until here, we have a break of structure just here. We have a break of structure. So this, it shows that now we're getting into a new momentum of a bullish movement. So yeah, let's look into it. So we'll just check the recent ones, or maybe we can just look into it and see that okay, we were actually on a long, very bullish momentum anyway. So this price actually came to here. Let's order block this side. So we just notice this order block here. So it comes from this order block here. Then it pushed to the upside. So yeah, we had this break of structure here. We had this break of structure on 4 hour only. We had this liquidity here. So yeah, not even this one. This one came at the later stage. But if you remember my teaching previously, you realize that we had a trend line liquidity that needed to be served, which was here. So yeah, let's look into this quickly. Okay. Now with this nice bearish movement, break of structure, we continued with break of structures, they continued happening. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. In most cases, I just focus on the recent movements. So we have this, then we have this major one here. This is the major bearings break of structure. Then after here, sorry, after here we realized that now there was this liquidity that was just pumped here. And then we had this 4 hour here. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Quick one. Now, as soon as I realized this, we're having a change of character just here. Okay, let's go back to my trading plan. Now we've determined this move. We have seen 4 hour supply and demand markup determine the overall direction. Then we go to find 15-minute supply zones and mark them up. So what we're actually trying to do is to mark the 15-minute zones. I'm just giving you the way in which I approach the market on a day-to-day basis. Okay, let's take it to this. Then we go back here. We want to find that 15-minute zone. Our 15-minute zone is still intact. We're just gonna move this a bit here, yes, to make it nice and clean. Now this is our 15 minutes. Okay, this is a bit untidy, it went too far. Then let's make this one to be more tidier. Okay, rather remove this liquidity here and focus on this price that I'm seeing here. Okay, so now with this 15-minute, this 4 hour, we then need to figure out the 15 minutes, the 15-minute zones. We have this zone here. This is the mitigated zone. So I might say, maybe you'd say 15 min refined. So I don't write these things, but I always do them without even naming them, labeling them. So maybe yeah, you might do anything you wanna do, you can do anyway. So yeah, alright. So I don't even have this now. Let me do this. Here. I would rather take this one. It's this one here. This one here was mitigated here. So we only have the zone. But since it was mitigated, what can I say? 15 min refined. Okay. So from here on 15 minutes, this is what we face. Nice change of character here, but we had this as well. Break of structure, push to the upside. The real change of character was made here. This is where we actually saw a real change of character. If we go on 1 minute, then we'll realize that this is the real change of character. Let's just say there's a break of structure here. Then let's see the plan. We've been on 15 minutes zones markups and refine 15 minutes zones on 5 minutes. Pay attention if there's more zones, okay? Then we go on 5 minutes. On this area only, let's make this one tidy. Pass through other areas unnecessarily. So yeah. So we had this one. Let's rather refine this. Look at this. It was respected, this one. Let me just use OB. I think it's gonna be quick here. And then we had this. It's a nice order flow. Then usually in this case we use only the wick. And then here we will try to use the wick, but it didn't reach there. So I took out the entire body. Never reached that wick only. But we might remain strong on the wick. Maybe you might put it here and relax, but you never know. This market is wicked. Very wicked. On the other side, let's try to see. This is the only mitigator. So number 1 here. So this one we're gonna label it to 5 minutes unmitigated hour, so that we can be able to know where the price has potential to go. Okay, sure. And then let's check. Is it only this one, or do we have another one? We do have the zone. It was not mitigated here. So this is decisional zone. F-min decisional. And this is an extreme one. So yeah, my biggest focus will be here, because this is where my entries should be. There's a whole lot of zones here where we can mark them as to where the market might turn and where we're gonna take our TPs and all that. And my focal area is gonna be here. Then we took the 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes refined, Then switch to 1 minute. Mark up any potential 1 minute zone that would lead to 5 minute zones. Okay, let's go to 1 minute. 1 minute zones will lead to 5 minute zones. So we then realize that 5 minutes deceived us here, because in terms of 1 minute, this is where the area was supposed to be. This is it. This candlestick here, this here, from here to here. That's why it tapped in. And in this case, it went up. The price gave us this, and I pushed to the downside. Now, this is what has happened. We have trendline liquidity that needs to be swept. And then this zone here, it was triggered here. Say other block. Okay, what did I say? GZ golden zone. So other block here. And then since then, we've been pushing to the downside. It's a nice candlestick liquidity this side. I mean, listen to myself. I mean trendline liquidity here. We have a nice trendline liquidity. So for now, I'll just remove this one quickly, and let's focus on this. So my expectations will be somewhere here. This zone that leads to this 5 minutes. But yeah, so I'll just say I'll actually put my entry here and take my stop losses here. Then go to 15 and see what am I targeting. The stop loss is quite big, but there's a reason for that. So with this one, I have this week. Okay, this week was mitigated. The last unmitigated one was this one. This one had this to be mitigated. This is the previously unmitigated one. So this is where you come here. Decide which entry type to use. Risk or confirmation. Confirmed entry. Executing trades on 1 minute using the right method. So maybe let's say we're taking the confirmed one. Let's go back to 1 minute. Going back to 1 minute. So we had this change of character here. It broke below. Ideally, we're expecting the market to give us a break, pushback, touch, then a push to the downside. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the trading plan. Target the last, okay, this is the last recent unmitigated supply zone or demand zone, manage the trades. So in this case, since we have this is what we're expecting. Somebody might say on 5 minutes, why can't we just say maybe this zone? I might agree with you and say this zone here on 5 minutes. I might target this one. But overall, this might be a long drop, so it's fine. We might say we're taking our profits here. So if you look at this, we don't only have this zone as the unmitigated one, we have below this liquidity that needs to be swept. So we have this liquidity that needs to be swept. We have this 5 minute zone that is unmitigated here. So if you open two trades, this is what you might be doing. I'd be expecting the other one to come here. So yeah, hope you guys can see how we deal with the process of analyzing. So yeah, we might expect something like this, but we know the long trend, we go in bullish. So whatever that we're doing, we are always aware that it's a counter trade. So in counter trades like that, there might be a lot of mistakes in place. However, not to sit back and do nothing. Maybe you wanna jump in quickly and do something. This is how I'll be doing it on a day-to-day basis. That's why usually I catch back-to-back trades, because of the very similar strategy that I'm using. So I hope I'll see you guys on the next episode. Do like and subscribe, and do share these videos. I do them for free, just to help you guys to be able to see the market in a very clear way. So yeah, do share, continue sharing this, and yeah, let's all win.